when we just started talking, she was kind of cold to me.
To me, he came across like he was being a bit of a jerk.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I just told her our kids will look good.
No, he sent me a message that was like, I think I like you because you're so nice. Is he just catfishing me? And what will I do if this guy is just catfishing me because I'm in love with him? Because we were just staring at each other and then blushing and looking away and then looking back. And I remember all you could say was like, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, be quiet.
Then I saw a full band on traveling as a tourist.
And I remember sitting in our little cabin on the couch with him on my screen and just crying.
So at this point, we knew we want to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just didn't know when we could be together.
Yeah, and we couldn't meet each other. So I decided to take her out on a date with my selfie stick.
People thought you were crazy for sure. At times.
Yeah. People look at us. Look at me and you in the screen.
Yeah. The greatest part was when he would be on escalators and men behind him would just stare at the screen. And I would feel so awkward.
Confused. People are so confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took her probably half of the city.
Yeah.
Like half of Hangzhou.
When I finally came here, I could like point out.
Yeah, that's the
places
crazy
he had
part.
taken me.
She has crazy memory. Can you believe that? She can recognize places I've taken her to.
Because it was very important memories for me.
And I remember there's a little kid.
Yeah.
And he asked his mom, why is that man talking to a foreigner? And his mom was like, because his girlfriend is a foreigner.
It was such a cute response.
Yeah.
We went to so many places. I didn't take him to any places because my phone would run out of battery so fast. I felt kind of guilty, but I would send him pictures whenever I went somewhere.
Yeah. So in the beginning of our relationship, I didn't tell my parents about the relationship.
And I told my parents, like, probably 2 weeks after we had gotten to know each other.
Yeah.
So he thought that it was completely fine asking me to come with him in China.
I felt sorry. But here's the excuse. I was not sure that my parents would take it well. And I was not sure how would they react. Because we met online and we never met in real life. I didn't want them to feel like we were immature just playing games.
But he kept telling me, I'm gonna tell them soon. I want to tell my parents.
I really wanted to tell them.
So I kept being like, okay, so he's gonna tell them soon, right? And like suddenly like months had gone by and he still hadn't told them, and I was starting to be like, is he just playing games with me?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I kind of gradually give my parents information to see how would they react. And I felt like my parents are not that against me dating someone foreign.
Maybe they just wanted you to hurry up and get married. You're already 30. They were like, it's time.
Yeah.
Your expiration date has already happened.
Then I told my parents before they, like, Julie and my parents talking to each other.
Yeah.
It went amazingly well.
Yeah.
Way better than I expected.
He should have trusted his parents more.
Yeah. My parents are more open-minded than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I won the lottery when it comes to possible in-laws. I really did. They're so nice.
My parents really like you.
I really, really, really like his parents. We get along really well. We have another cat that's come to visit. He's confused about why we're sitting here. It's like, it's my couch. Oh my god, bye. It's Baba Yan Trumpy. I just want to make it very clear we're not Trump supporters. He is named this
Yeah.
because he is not very smart.
So a couple months later, I went back home to attend my grandpa's funeral. Finally, Julie and my parents had a chance to talk to each other.
Yeah. He told me that like, oh, you and my parents, you can talk in like 10 minutes. And I was eating my dinner. So I had to, you don't understand. I had not washed my hair in days. I looked horrible. I was wearing no makeup. I've never done my makeup that fast in my life. And your mom was stressed out too.
Yeah, my mom's like, I gotta make the house clean.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
Me and your mom are kind of the similar style of people.
Yeah. And she was super excited. My parents were super excited.
I was so nervous but so happy that I got a cramp in my face.
And she forgot all the Mandarin.
I practiced so hard. And then when it came time to use it, I just froze up and I was like a deer in headlights. It was awful. That happened when I met them in person too. It was so embarrassing.
But my parents didn't care. They were happy. Yeah, we were having fun. Yeah. And my dad even tried to speak English to Julie.
His dad's accent is great. Like, his accent
For
is
his age.
really, no, just in general, I think your dad has a very, very good English accent. He doesn't have a strong Chinese accent. There's nothing wrong with having an accent. People don't be nervous if you have an accent. It's just about saying something. Don't be like me. Don't freaks up and forget everything.
Yeah, just open your mouth. So, because of my career, I need to take those exams, like CPA and other exams, to get more certificates. If you have worked in this industry, you know what I'm talking about.
How?
Yeah, that was a big challenge.
For our whole relationship, he barely slept because of the time zone differences. That's a part, if you have never been in an international relationship with time zone differences, you don't know how bad it is.
Yeah.
But you would stay up every night and we would go to bed around the same time. So you would have like 2 hours of sleep at most.
Yeah.
If any.
2, 3, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. And I start having all kinds of issues.
Yeah.
Because I gotta spend a lot of time on preparing for the exams, and I wanted to talk to her. I still wanted to talk to her.
Yeah. And he would be really grumpy because of his lack of sleep. So our communication started having issues. It got kind of bad. I think everyone's relationship has periods where neither of you have that extra energy and it starts affecting your relationship, and being long distance definitely doesn't make anything easier. Don't go into international or mixed relationships thinking you're doing something easy, because it's definitely not.
Yeah, you gotta know what that means.
Yeah. We'll make more videos about that in the future.
Yeah.
We have experience in this one area. So, we've talked a little bit about some things that are culturally a bit different. But I would say in my culture, gift giving is kind of huge.
You guys care way more.
Yeah, and I think me as a person, I just really like showing people I care about that I think about them, and presents is definitely a way that I do that. I don't think I thought of it as presents, so I would send him packages every now and again that was like snacks and stuff.
I was so happy.
Because he couldn't come to Denmark, and I know that Denmark is a very small country. I think a lot of people in China might have heard Denmark, like the word Denmark before, but don't actually know much about our country. And we have a lot of unique culture.
Yeah.
So our snack culture is very different from the rest of the West, I would say.
Candy.
Yeah, we're big into licorice. Here it's like medicine.
Yeah.
So I would send him like snack boxes essentially with like different types of candy snacks. I would even go to like local like candy maker and like buy a bunch of candy.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Not the licorice though. You would not fit in. I remember that you were like. I think that's everyone's reaction. I don't personally like licorice.
I like most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sweet licorice.
Yeah.
You like that stuff.
Yeah.
But I would write him these little letters, and in it there would be a list of what everything was called in Danish, and then I would translate it into English. And like the last package I sent you, I even tried to translate it into Mandarin, and like I was hoping it would make any sort of sense to you. My
That's
shitty
so
handwriting and everything. Yeah. But yeah, and there would be like a little description of like, I grew up with this.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember? I even put like, this is the stuff me and my dad would eat in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was my attempt of introducing him to my culture too.
And then it's your birthday present that I prepared for, I think, more than a month.
It was so crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not really a huge fan of celebrating my birthday. I don't have like, I think I'm one of those people that had like a bad experience of my birthday. Now I just don't. I tend to keep it very low key.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make it a thing that you feel happy.
So
you should feel happy about your birthday.
It's my birthday soon. I'm a December child.
I think I sent you 24 presents in one.
20, 25.
Yeah,
no, 26 actually, because you sent me 0 to 25.
And a Christmas present. Yeah. So I basically prepared for every birthday.
Yeah. It was so crazy because this package was enormous.
Yeah.
I had to go pick it up at our local like mail pickup stop, and I was not prepared for how massive this was. You had kind of warned me.
That was 15 kilo.
It was so big. And people were looking at me like all kinds of crazy. Walking through town with this enormous box. But yeah, it made me super emotional. I don't think I've ever... Well, I know that I've never had anyone think that much about what to get me. So it really surprised me. I think I even told her, like, don't get me anything. It's not important.
I just want you to be happy.
It was very cute. Yeah. And I sent him a Christmas present. Christmas present, birthday present.
But it was really difficult because, pandemic, and it took forever.
Yeah, it was way after my birthday that I got it.
Yeah, I feel so sad.
Yeah, I remember you were like, it's there soon, I promise.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. Yeah, it was very, very sweet. I really appreciated it. He even got like a printout of the city map of the town I live in.
And that's really, really small town.
Yeah, I'm not from Copenhagen. I know people kind of will assume that I must be, but I'm not. I'm from a town that has less than 5,000 people living in it. So there's nothing there.
Smaller than our community, I guess. Like population.
I think it's about the same, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really difficult to find someone to make a map like that,
I was so shocked.
Because most maps are pre-made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to like go find someone that could do it.
Yeah. And then a couple months later, Julie went skiing with her parents during Christmas.
Yeah.
Great time, huh?
Yeah, it was the Christmas from hell.
Yeah. So at the same time I got COVID, I couldn't stay awake.
Yep.
And my voice was completely fucked.
Yeah, we went from speaking like hours upon hours every single day to maybe a minute at most a day.
Yeah.
I think I would get like 2 texts from you.
Yeah.
Because you would never be awake.
And the worst thing was...
my accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was on the slopes and it was probably the second to last day, I think. And I was getting down from the slopes. It was the end of the day and I was almost there. And I'm in the middle, well, not in the middle of the slope, but I'm halfway down the slope and I'm stopping to like at the side to wait for my dad. And I just hear something from above me and I turn around and look up and I just see a guy flying through the air and he lands, like I'm trying to get away in time, and he lands with his legs right into my backbone. And I fall to the ground, like I fall meters out of the way where I was originally standing. And I couldn't figure out what had happened, but I couldn't feel my legs at all. And I was panicking. And I just started screaming because it hurt so bad, but I couldn't feel my legs. And suddenly there were like 10 people around me trying to help me. And a Norwegian man was like, "You're not supposed to do that." So for people that haven't been skiing, you're never supposed to go faster than you can stop because you can kill people skiing.
Yeah, I was so pissed off.
Yeah. And my dad called my mom to come with the car because I couldn't walk. It was so bad. I ended up getting down on my own because I was only maybe like 20 meters from the bottom. But I could barely move. And at first I was like, I don't know what's happened. And my back, I got this like huge bump on the side of my spine and it hurt so bad. And we came home and I saw a doctor and she told me, like, I think you might have broken your back. I'm pretty sure something in your back is broken, but I can't even check it. Because in Denmark, the wait list for a scan is 2 years. So
yeah. I mean, we can talk about that later in the future.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah. Danish healthcare is not what.
Yeah, and even today I need to massage her back.
Yeah, at times
because of that injury.
Really bad back pain.
Yeah.
So our relationship really suffered at this point.
Yeah, it was really the dark time.
Yeah, and we had been waiting for so long for the border to open and nothing was happening. But the highlight of that trip was on the way home in the car. I was in so much pain. And I had to sit in the car for hours. And then, obviously, throughout our relationship, we had been checking for updates on when it would open, when would the border open, when could we finally see each other. And I was in the car in so much pain. And I looked it up because my mom was like, "Hey, did you see there's like news?" And I was like, "What?" And I look it up and it says the border will open.
12月26日晚间，国家卫健委宣布优化中外人员往来管理。有序恢复中国公民出境旅游等新政策。
In the beginning of January, and I just sat there, and I started like crying silently. My family was like, "Are you okay? Are you alright?" And I was like, "It's gonna happen. I'm finally gonna see him." And I thought that it was all gonna work out. It was like finally on top of this horrible vacation, it was all gonna be great. And yeah, it was not gonna be that easy.
Yeah.
I was tricked yet again. We can be his nephews. He can be your uncle.
Oh yeah, without your permission.
They're like, "You should marry Aunt Jules." So at this point, our relationship was really suffering because I was losing hope, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy doesn't even like put in the energy to come see me.